All right, everybody, we're on part 2. Let's continue. All right, so we said 2 things about the number with x. It has to be positive and it has to be a whole number. So the question is, what do I do if it's a fraction? Well, if it's a fraction, if my number with my x is a fraction, how do I get rid of it? Well, I'm going to multiply every part by a number. And I'm going to multiply every part by the number in my denominator. Whatever that number is, that is what I'm multiplying each part of my equation by. So in this case, I'm going to multiply everybody by 5. 5 times 1/5 is 1. So I'm going to have 1x plus 5 times 3y, which is 15y. 5 times 6, which is 30. And there's my equation. So let's try the next one. Okay, multiply by your denominator. My denominator is 4, so let's multiply by 4. 4 times 1/4 x is 1x. 4 times positive 2y is positive 8y. 4 times 12 gives me 48. But what about when I have a negative and a fraction? Well, I'm just going to combine the 2 things that I just said to do on the last couple examples. When I have a negative, I multiply by a negative. When I have a fraction, I multiply by the denominator. So this time I'm going to multiply by negative 2. Negative times negative gives me a positive. 2 times 1/2 is 2. Wait a second. Hopefully you just caught that mistake there. I have a positive. 2 times 1/2 is 1x. Negative 2 times positive y is negative 2y. Negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. So there's my equation. Last one. Why don't you pause the video and see if you can do this one. Okay, let's see if you did this right. So I see I have a fraction and a negative. Tells me multiply by a negative and by my denominator. So negative 7. 2 negatives make a positive, and 7 times 2 sevenths is 2x. Negative 7 times positive 2y is negative 14y. Negative 7 times 12 is negative, I think that is, what is that? Sorry guys, I'm blanking on my multiplication here. 84. There we go. All right, so that right there is how you put equations in standard form. All right. All right, so last point is, can we change an equation in point slope into an equivalent standard form equation? Yeah. All right. We've already talked about how to get it from slope intercept to standard. Let's now do it from point slope. So first thing I'm going to do is with this is distribute. Just like we talked about yesterday when we were going from point slope to slope intercept. I would distribute first. So y minus 1 equals negative 5x minus 30. Okay? I need x and y on the same side, so that means the 5x needs to be moved over. So now I have 5x plus y minus 1. My x's cancel, equals negative 30. But this minus 1 can't be on the same side as x and y, so I need to add it over. So now my equation is 5x plus y equals negative 29. All right, you guys try the next one. Okay, let's see if you guys did this right. I'm going to go ahead and distribute first. I have y plus 2 equals negative 6x plus 6. If you wanted to get it into slope-intercept form first, go ahead and subtract 2, because you know that 2 is going to have to be moved over anyways, equals negative 6x plus 4. Look at that, I'm in slope-intercept, but we want it to be in standard form. So I add 6x over, and I get 6x plus y equals 4. If that a is positive and the whole number, that's what tells me I am done. All right, guys, we're going to stop at this point for today. Make sure that you got all of those notes written down. There is no check for understanding for today. That's it. Just make sure you have all the notes. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day. See you guys tomorrow.